Well, today we're learning even more about these militant leftist organizations that are waging a war against conservatives and Trump supporters at college campuses and other events across the country. Now, of course, right now we're speaking about the left-wing activists that are behind these anti-conservative riots at Berkeley with Antifa and others. They have ties to one of the nation's most prominent pedophilia organizations. This is according to some investigative journalism done by Peter Hassan there at the Daily Caller. Now, Millie Weaver joins me, and you brought this to my attention, and we were just going to kind of speak a little bit about what happened at Berkeley and everything, and you just said, whoa, this goes really deep. So let's get into it.
Yeah, it really does, Leanne, and that's kind of why I wanted to spend some time delving into these documents and what's all said here, because it's very interesting. You know, this is something that the Daily Caller had received from the internet sleuths who, you know, they wanted to remain anonymous as to not receive any type of retaliation. But what's interesting here is that they're alleging that these documents tie Berkeley riot organizers to the pro-pedophile group NAMBLA. Now, that's pretty concerning. I mean, apparently BAMN's parent organization worked directly with the North American Man-Boy Love Association in the years just before it founded BAMN, according to NAMBLA documents reviewed by the Daily Caller. So that's pretty interesting right there. I mean, they even say that a member of that parent organization is said to have founded BAMN and is an admitted member of NAMBLA. And so that's pretty concerning there.
Right.
Leanne.
Yeah, in 2001, Luke Massey, who is one of BAMN's founders, told the Michigan Daily, the Revolutionary Workers League is a Trotskyist organization of which I'm a member. We are proud to have played a part in a whole lot of struggles and to have played a role in the founding of BAMN.
Yeah, it's pretty disturbing. You know, now these are all documents that apparently have come out of a NAMBLA publication. These were NAMBLA bulletins from the 90s that the Daily Caller was able to get a hold of. And these publications are pretty crazy. I mean, it talks about here the contents of the publications.
So it's just really bizarre. So you've got this NAMBLA's conference, okay, which again, this is the North American Man-Boy Love Association. Okay, so this is this group that's like advocating pro-pedophilia. They want to be able to eroticize being with young boys. And they have this conference, and they're at the conference, the Revolutionary Workers League is, what do they have, a booth set up there at this NAMBLA? I mean, that's just really shocking to me. But so talk a little bit about this bulletin reviewed by the Daily Caller, some of the things that they were
These were bulletins that NAMBLA members were receiving, where these bulletins were giving updates on their conferences and their activities that were being conducted, things that they would vote on and such. But it also contained erotic stories about naked young boys. So, I mean, that was what pedophiles apparently like to read. And I mean, we have to note here, I mean, NAMBLA, like you were saying, Leanne, this is an organization that is advocating for pedophilia. They're advocating for society to accept the idea of a child being able to consent to engage in sexual relations with an adult. That's essentially what they're advocating for.
So the Revolutionary Workers League, they put forward a number of proposals here at the NAMBLA conference, and 4 of those proposals were adopted there at that NAMBLA conference. Some of the positions: abolish all age-based curfews, children shall have the right to divorce their parents, lower the voting age, extend the right to vote and hold office to all politically active youth. Children and youth must be provided non-moralistic, explicit, sex-positive, including lesbian, gay, positive, sex education. Condoms, contraceptives must be distributed in all schools. And of course, NAMBLA membership is open to all who identify with the end goals of sexual freedom and youth liberation. So look, they just go hand in hand there like a glove, don't they?
Yeah.
Appropriately degenerate.
And apparently in a 1992 edition of their bulletin, it's noted the participation of the Revolutionary Workers League, and they were described as an ally to NAMBLA. Now, the Revolutionary Workers League is a Trotsky type organization that believes in communism. So this is kind of tying in where you see the connection here. You start to see the connection between these communist groups that we've been seeing at these anti-Trump rallies, you know, where they're coming together and they're trying to shut down Trump supporters' First Amendment rights. So that's where we're starting to see this coming together here in this article. It's very interesting. Now, it also talks about a woman named Eileen Sheff, who has apparently represented BAMN, the By Any Means Necessary group that was associated with going to these Berkeley protests. I mean, they were present at, I'm pretty sure, all of these different Berkeley protests that we've seen, including the Milo Yiannopoulos one where they burned things out in the street and were smashing windows. And apparently Eileen Sheff has represented BAMN on multiple occasions as a legal advisor or a lawyer, and has been a self-described member of NAMBLA. So there's where you're tying in.
And so this is, and it's going back to that message that they're putting out to these kids. It's all about youth liberation, and you're free. You have your own agency. Your parents can't tell you what to do. Society can't tell. Science can't tell you what is real.
That's right.
If you want to be in love with an old man, everyone should be free to love whoever they want. So this is they're targeting these children, and you pointed out that they take advantage of young people, these middle schoolers, especially like we see with Yvette Falarka, who's the middle school teacher and, you know, an active organizer there with BAMN, that they take advantage of these students to
naivety,
take them to these protests and things so they can add to their numbers. The kids don't even know what they're doing, but they're just they're given permission to basically yell and cuss and, you know, yell at the bad white people and stuff. And so the kids are like, yeah, sure, we'll go do it. But they don't even know why they're there.
So this Eileen Sheff, who was a legal advisor for BAMN and was a member of NAMBLA, she has been identified as a founder of the By Any Means Necessary group. Okay, so she helped found this group that, I mean, you're seeing at these rallies bashing people over the head. And apparently she denounced the witch hunt against pedophiles in 1991 at a NAMBLA press conference. She also said that denying youth their sexuality and driving sexual expression deeper and deeper underground will not stop child molestation. She called for youth-controlled centers where they can freely socialize and enjoy safe consensual sex. And this is just incredible because it's these type of really militant leftist groups and people who are just really pushing for the progressive left to go even further to the left, just as shocking as you can possibly be, redefining what science actually is. This is the type of stuff that they're trying to normalize with pedophilia. That's right.
We're seeing these progressive leftists trying to actually say, look, pedophiles are people too. We need to start having a discussion and perhaps acknowledging that this is another type of sexual orientation. So this is absolutely frightening, the fact that we know that these people have infiltrated the schools and they are going for middle schoolers, potentially even younger, but middle school, you're very, very susceptible to that kind of indoctrination. Incredible. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Millie.
It is very disturbing, Leanne, and it's just great to see all of this being brought to light and being exposed.
Yeah, and we are able to bring you this type of information. We still have our First Amendment intact, and so we want to fight to preserve that while we can. And Alex Jones has announced that we are going to be doing a 30-hour broadcast because we're letting everyone out there know we're sick and tired of you trying to shut us down. That happens Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central. We'll see you here again, though, Monday with the Nightly News, 7 p.m. Central.
The reason InfoWars Life has 5-star ratings on major third-party sites is because I want products I'm going to use for my family. I take this, my family takes this, and then it funds the operation with the most hardcore, truthful information you're going to find anywhere. So what you find in our news is the same thing you find in our products at InfoWarsLife.com.
If I ever forget to take them, like I have a noticeable difference. I don't feel good. The nascent iodine is one of the ones that was life-changing for me.
Yeah, I actually have just run out of my super female. I had a few bottles at my house and I've been taking it again, hitting the gym once again. Very exciting, feeling great, looking good. So, and I know my hair is luxurious once again. So obviously the super female is amazing. I love it.
Nascent iodine is essential. Survival Shield X2. If there's one product that I would say is life-changing that I would suggest, it's Nascent iodine Survival Shield X2. It's got a 5-star rating.
It's a win-win. InfoWarsLife.com.